Time now for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. Sponsored by Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. For over 2 decades, Jim Cornette has been one of wrestling's most popular and controversial personalities. During his career, he has worked for various promotions, including Mid-South Wrestling, World Class Championship Wrestling, the WCW, Impact Wrestling, the WWE, and the granddaddy of them all, the NWA. James Mark Cornette was born in Louisville, Kentucky on September 17, 1961. The son of a newspaper executive and a Chamber of Commerce secretary, Jim lost his father when he was 7. From the age of 9, Jim had a love for wrestling, claiming that as a kid, he installed a 10-foot antenna on top of his house so he could watch as much regional wrestling as possible. He began working at wrestling events at the age of 14, serving as a photographer, ring announcer, timekeeper, magazine correspondent, and public relations correspondent. During this time, Cornette met Christine Jarrett, the mother of Jerry Jarrett, the founder of Continental Wrestling Association, commonly known as the Memphis Territory. In 1982, Cornette joined the CWA, but before making his managing debut, he decided to adapt the ring name James E. Cornette in tribute to promoter James E. Barnett. In 1983, Bill Watts hired Cornette to join Mid-South Wrestling. There, Cornette became manager of the second version of the Midnight Express. Before long, the team faced then Mid-South Tag Team Champions Magnum TA and Mr. Wrestling 2. During the feud, Cornette attacked Magnum, tarring and feathering him. The feud continued through early 1984, when the Midnight Express won the Mid-South Tag Team titles after Mr. Wrestling 2 walked out on his partner during a match. The Midnight Express with Cornette had a short stay in the WCCW in Dallas, where they feuded mainly with the Fantastics. In 1985, Cornette and the Midnight Express began their 5-year association with Jim Crockett's organization, later to become World Championship Wrestling. In 1989, Cornette became the color commentator for Jim Crockett's nationally syndicated TV show, and later took on the same role for TBS's Saturday night broadcast alongside Jim Ross. Also in 1989, Cornette became a booker on the WCW's creative team. He left in 1990, but briefly returned in 1993 to manage the Heavenly Buddies. In 1991, he began his own promotion, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which folded in 1995. Concurrently until 2005, he worked for WWF, now WWE, and beginning in 1999, during this period, he co-owned Ohio Valley Wrestling, where he was also head booker and head trainer. But even then, he began to transition away from his role as an on-screen manager. In 2017, Cornette retired from managing. During this transitional period, he had worked as an on-screen authority figure character in TNA Wrestling, as Impact Wrestling used to be called, and Ring of Honor, promotions where he also held backstage positions. In recent years, he has done color commentary for Major League Wrestling, What Culture Pro Wrestling, and the NWA, where he was forced to resign in 2019 due to racially charged remarks on the NWA's weekly studio series, NWA Power. Cornette is a member of the NWA, Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Memphis and Professional Wrestling Halls of Fame. Cornette is also noted for his long-standing real-life feud with fellow professional wrestling booker Vince Russo, who filed a restraining order against Cornette in 2017 for stalking. Currently a podcaster, Cornette's YouTube channel now has over 300,000 subscribers. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.